Hello and welcome to week 2 of my 2021 Christmas series. I'm Danny from Danny Design Studio, an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from the UK. And this week we are going to be making this lovely candle box. And this is the candle that has inspired me to make this. It's a Yankee candle, very heavy, 340 grams. That's what we sell here in the UK. And lovely glass lid, and basically you could buy any of this size candle. It comes in all different colours, and then the colour, for example, if you had a sort of a cherry red, you could make a box with the colours and papers that match, so cherry cobbler with some Christmas papers maybe for a Christmas candle. But I had this, so this is what inspired me to make this box. Now this box has been reinforced on the base, inside and out, and this top is a reinforced top of the box as well, with these lovely gift tags to coordinate with it, from the TaylorMade tags. And the papers that I have used are the lovely Whimsy and Wonder, sort of non-traditional colours, which I really love. And as you can see, I have already delved into it. So I'm going to be using the green, and in there is mint macaron. So I have used the mint macaron card, and you need 1 sheet of the DSP and 3 sheets of mint macaron, or a coordinating colour. So we start off with the top of the box. Now you need to measure your box, your paper, so it is 22 centimetres by 22. So just cut it. That strip will be used later. All the scraps will be put to use. So 22 by 22, and then you score on all 4 sides. Need my trimmer back, don't I? All 4 sides, 3 centimetres and 6 centimetres. So 3 centimetres and 6. So it's scored twice because that is the reinforced bit. Papers are quite flimsy, so to get that extra layer, you just double it up so that it gives you that little bit of extra strength. So that is your top. Hard to see, but then you can burnish it. Love this colour, beautiful. Mint macaron. Used to use it a lot, and then haven't used it for a while, but these papers are just so pretty. I don't think, if you've got these papers, you'll realise the camera doesn't really do it justice. So if I do it on this side, if I cut it up this side, you might be able to see. So you've got these little 4 squares here, and you only want this as a tab because that's going to fold over, and you just need a tab bit here. So that square, all these 3 squares you don't need. So you cut it up to the second score line, cut these off. I'm going to notch that in a little bit. These are all tabs really, so that's a tab, that's a tab, this is a tab, so that's why they're all notched. And then you just go round doing exactly the same all the four sides. If you've made boxes like this before, you'll know exactly how to do it. It'll be easy peasy for you. Right, so you're left with something that looks like that. So that's the top of my box, and so I'm going to put glue on these four little tapered squares, and then I'm going to put glue on the inside because these are all tabs as well. So I'm just going to get my Stamp and Seal Plus. Now once that is done, I'm going to pop these down in the side. With your bone folder, just make sure it's creased really well. There we go. Got some nice crisp creases. So that's the top of your box. We're going to do the base of the box. So you need to have 2 sheets of A4 exactly the same, that's cut exactly the same, and the measurements are 20.9 by 20.9. And they're just, so you're just taking a smidge, well 1mm actually, off one side. So 20.9, and I'm just doing it slightly smaller because we know that the box, you want it slightly bigger. So now I'm going to score at 1 centimetre, taking the cutting blade right out of the way, and 11 centimetres, and then turning 90 degrees, 6 centimetres. So put that to one side and do exactly the same with this one. 1 centimetre and 11 and then 6. So 2 identical pieces. You then want to take your third piece while you're cutting, 2 pieces cut at 9.6 squared. So 9.6 and 9.6, that's one. And that's the second one. So I'm going to use that in a minute. Put that away to one side. Just going to burnish this. So basically this 1 centimetre bits are the tabs. So you want the tab to go inside the other one. So it's going to go like this. So even though I've scored it exactly the same way, I'm actually going to burnish it the other way on this right hand one. So that's going to fit on there. This one, I'm burnishing it the way I scored it. So it's going to go like that. So we need to get rid of this little square here, cut up these and then mitre those 2 tabs. So get rid of this little rectangle here, cut up the score lines and make that into a little tab. Same on this side. Right, so then just with my bone folder crease that a little bit more, so my glue is going to go there and there, because that is going to go round like that. So going to use my tear and tape, which I just cannot find. Right, so pop that down here and then this will go on to here, using a combination of all sorts of different glues. So then want my, take your pick tool, take that off, going to line it up. So what's the important thing is lining up the top, because we can adjust at the bottom. So if we line that up at the top, then pop that down, and then with this one fold it into the middle and then again line it up at the top. There we go. So then the bottom, it doesn't quite meet, but we know that, and what we're going to do is reinforce the base. I'm just going to put some glue on there, pop that in the middle, need lots of glue because this base is very heavy. Pop it down and let's use your bone folder. Then you've got these two little 9.6 square pieces. So I'm going to put one at the bottom, at the base. Now to get this in without it moving on the sides, if you put it in like that first and then bring it down and then adjust it to where you want it to go. And then with this, it's got a little rim around it, so you don't want to put glue right to the edges. It just comes in slightly. There we go. So that's our box base, and then we have got the top somewhere here, so, and that fits nice and snug. So let's put our candle in. That will help glue the base properly, and just make sure, so that's the back and this is the front. There we go. So next is putting the lovely ribbon on, which is Blushing Bride. So getting a little piece like that just to make the bow, wrap it round, making sure the ribbon is flat all the way, and I want my bow to just end up here. So I'm going to wrap it round and then give myself, I want some long tails for this. So with my ribbons, I tend to put a little knot in it first. Try and get it sort of straight where I want it, and then make a loop. This ribbon does fray, so make a loop and then popping that round the back through the loop, get hold of the loops, not the tails, and it should, as you tighten it and adjust it, should make you a nice bow. There we go. Just need to play around with it a little bit. I love these two together, those colours, I think they're so nice. So then what I've done is I've used the Christmas tree dies. Oh, I haven't, that's the wrong one. I've used the tailor-made tag dies, and I have used this one. I think it's nice and big. And also you get these little things to create a little sort of strengthener around the hole at the top, so you can do that in a different colour. So I've got a piece of thick Whisper White, not Whisper White, Basic White. Thick Basic White is better than the thinner one, because the thinner one sort of, as you can see from this, you want to do your writing here, and it's not as defined as the thick. You can use it if you want, if that's all you've got, but I'm going to show you the difference between using this and which is the thick one, instead of the thinner one, thinner part of the card. So you've got a few scraps left over. So as you can see, what I'm going to do is I want to create a little tag, and I'm going to pop going to pop the bit of the DSP on. And I also want a little sort of rim of DSP too. So I'm going to put that on, glue this on this way. It will all become clearer shortly. So that will go that way. That will go this way. I'm just going to make a little rim, a small green rim. I'm going to layer my DSP one on top of the other and then cut the excess off. And then when you put your die cut over that, you'll get a nice little tag and you get the lovely stitching that comes out as well. I'm just going to run that through on my mini cut and emboss, and I want the white part to come through a bit more than the DSP, so a bit more of the white part, and you can see it's got glue everywhere. Now, because that's really quite thick, that's why it hasn't come out as well. So let's cut this off. There we go. It was nearly there. You're just adding the layers, and that's why it's a bit tricky to come off. So there we go, and that can be attached to your ribbon. So what I've used is a bit of silver trim, Simply Elegant trim. You get gold and silver with that, and you can just snip a bit off. And the other things I haven't done is I'm just going to decorate it with, as you can see from this one, I put joy. I like the word joy from this stamp set. I think it's just plain and simple. So I'm going to use 2 coordinating colours that's picked up in the ribbon and the card, which is Blushing Bride and Mint Macaron. So I'm going to do the lighter colour first, and that will be Joy. Make sure I clean my stamp well, and then the Mint Macaron. Like that, and then I just need, remember I said these little eyelets strengtheners, which I was just used in Blushing Bride, just to sort of coordinate all these colours and make sure they match. So I'm just going to glue this onto it now. I need tweezers for this because it's a little bit delicate. Just going to take some of this glue off. Then that will go down there. So then the silver trim that I had just here. Make a little loop, and the silver just picks up the silver that's already in the DSP. So just going to thread that through there. You can have it loose or tight. Another little bow, and then this sort of comes out easily, so I'll do another little bow and then adjust it to the size that you want your bow, and I'll cut this off here. So there we go, that's your candle box with your little gift tag, matching gift tag, and box, a reinforced box to go with your Yankee candle to hold it. So I hope you like making my Christmas candle box, and I hope you will join me next week and see another Christmas project. So thank you very much for joining me. Until next time, happy stamping, crafters. If you like this video, please click the like button below, and please subscribe and select the bell icon to all to receive notifications of when I upload. Thank you.